Are you wanting to get stronger and more fit than you have ever been before, but you just don't know where to start? In this 20-minute workout, I am going to show you how to do that. We're going to utilize 3 of the most basic movements of kettlebell. That is a kettlebell two-handed deadlift. We'll then shift to a two-handed clean, and then shift to a two-handed swing. Also incorporating the jump rope. First 5 minutes, 5 reps. Let's go get it. Deep breath. Stand tall. Find tension in those hamstrings, neutral spine. Going after rep 3. Excellent. Deep breath. Exhale. 4. Here is number 5. Excellent. Place the bell to the floor. Get after 15 jump rope. If you are unable to jump rope, I'd love for you just to move. I'll explain what that looks like. If you're unable to jump rope, I would highly suggest jumping like so, getting about an inch off the floor. Over time, you'll develop the capacity to do jump rope. Perhaps you do 1 jump rope, put the jump rope to the floor. Eventually, before you know it, you're establishing 5 jump rope out of 15. Once again, before you know it, you're at 10, placing the jump rope to the floor. Guys, going after the second round here, 40, losing my train of thought here, guys. 53-pound bell, 24 kg, 3, inhale, 4, 5, creating some strong tension in that posterior chain. Second round here, second set, 15 singles. Well done. Great job, guys. Let's start walking through some of the basics of the kettlebell deadlift. I want you to keep that bell in line with the tibia. We don't want that bell out in front of you. That'll become a back exercise only. We want this to be a hamstring, glute, all of your back, rear delts, and lats. Okay, that's the primary goal of the kettlebell deadlift. All right, guys, third round, third set. Deep breath. Here we go. Neutral spine, find those hammies, not your quads. Here's 2. Good work. 3, inhale. Excellent. Back to the jump rope. I will provide another scaling option after I finish this here. Perhaps that's something that you're not able to do yet. You don't have a jump rope. As I've already noted, we could simply be jumping like so. An option outside of that would just perhaps to be doing a squat, body weight squat for 15 reps. All right, that's 3 rounds of 0 to 5 minutes. We're focusing on the kettlebell deadlift. If you're completely new to the game and to this channel, welcome. This is TuskerStrong, where my goal is to help you get stronger, to turn back that clock and see lifelong gains that allows you to feel stronger than you've ever been. Great job. 5 reps, back to the jump rope. 15 singles. Awesome. That's 4 complete sets of 5. Again, from 0 to 5 minutes, we are focusing on a simple two-handed deadlift, locking out those glutes, finding those shoulders, finding those lats and that whole posterior chain. In part B, from 5 minutes to 10 minutes, we'll be focusing on a two-handed clean, which helps you understand the mechanics of a single arm clean. All right, guys, different angle, just to give you a different perspective. 5th minute, deep breath, hip hinge, flat back, facing the floor, stand tall. Inhale. 3, 4, 5. Great job. Again, using a 53 or 24 kg bell today. Great job. All right, guys, that's 5 complete minutes. Great job. Super proud of your effort today. Again, wherever you are on that fitness journey, you could absolutely use this to your advantage. Heavy bell, you could certainly go up to a 106, 150, and do this same workout. You could modify rep range. We could also modify single arm, but let's jump now into the two-handed clean. Same setup, we're gonna come into a little bit more of a squat. Bell is in line with my tibia, and it goes like this. Fast hands and fast hips. 5 total reps, 2, deep breath, a little bit more of a squat, 4, then a hip hinge. Beautiful, place that bell down. It's a great way to develop faster hips, 15 reps. Great job. So technically, from the standpoint of a two-handed clean, it's a little bit more of a squat than it is a true hip hinge where there's hamstring tension. You should feel those quads. You are then driving through the floor with those feet to find momentum and to snap through those hips at a faster rate. That creates that momentum, that bell floats, and you catch. I will show you a regression if you are unable to do that fast hand movement for this set. Okay, here we go. Here's the difference. See how I simply allowed my hands to slide versus throwing. Notice my elbows come in tight, and that bell is literally against my chest. Great job. That's 5 reps. Let's enjoy some movement jumping. 1, 2. Outstanding, outstanding. Again, if you're new to this channel, welcome to TuskerStrong, where my goal is to help you get stronger, more fit than you've ever been, and to turn back that clock using just 30-minute workouts up to 6 days per week. If you're new to exercise, I wouldn't say start off at 6 days per week, but by all means, maybe starting off with 1 day per week and building capacity over time. Third set, two-handed clean. Here's the faster, more explosive version. 2, 3, 4. Great job. That's 3 rounds in part B here. 1, 2. Great job. Great job. If you're liking this content and you want more, I would highly encourage you to subscribe to the channel. If you're liking the content of this specific video, absolutely drop your bell on that like button for me. It would really help the cause in building this channel, all right? Really would appreciate that. Perhaps share it with another coworker or friend. Again, if they would enjoy logical training that is progressive. Here we go. Deep breath, two-handed clean. 2. That's 2. 3. Awesome. 4. Make that bell float. Make that bell float by the momentum established from the ground to the knees. Here we go. 15 reps. Great job. Proud of your effort. Super proud of your effort. All right, guys, this is your 5th minute at part B, where again, we're establishing a two-handed clean, which is a great progression from the deadlift because of this, just the raw speed from floor to standing or from flexion to extension, all right? I like how it draws the shoulders into it and the lats into it at just a faster rate of force production. All right, here we go. Last time, deep breath. Make that bell float. 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. All right, guys, here we go. That eventually evolves to single arm cleans. Here we go. Proud of it. Proud of you guys. Thank you for staying with me. Part C. part C is now the kettlebell swing. This is one of my favorite movements. We are gonna start in a slight squat position, bell to the top of this pyramid, into a hinge, explode through those hips, the bell should follow, okay? So here we go for 5 minutes, 5 swings, two-handed swing. Starting from the side, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great job. And then sit the bell back down. Great job. Deep breath, 15 reps. Awesome. Great work. Great work. Again, what I see most often done incorrectly, there's so many different things, but folks really turn this into a squat the entire time, which it is not a squat exercise. So I will, over the course of these next 5 minutes, kind of walk you through the things that we should not be doing and show you the way you should be doing it. Initially, it's okay to start in a squat position, but then we're going right into a hip hinge. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great job, great job. Well done. All right, let's go 15 reps. You can either jump rope, you can easily jump without a rope. Okay, so just know that that's always an option. Nothing is worse than you're getting snagged up by the inability to do the jump rope. So if after 5 reps, as noted earlier, you get snagged, drop it, and just continue with movement. All right, the other element here, the kettlebell swing is not this arm exercise, right? We should snap through those hips. The bell will follow, all right? That is definitely a key element. We wanna make sure we're driving through those hips. The bell should then follow. Here we go. 1, 2, lock them out. The bell will follow. 5, good. Great job, 15 reps. That is a rope or no rope. Again, remember, everything is scalable. Awesome. Good work. The other thing I'm looking for, that bell, when you bring it back, that bell should not hang there and do kind of a tail wink. There should be constant tension. The second you are here, you are now driving forward. There should be no loss of momentum. Once that bell is close to the top of that pyramid, it does not wobble. It's there, and then we explode. Here we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. If you notice that very first one, you did see that little bit of wiggle. Here we go. Good. Great job. I will be creating a video that goes through how to do the kettlebell swing with no back pain. No back pain. If you have back pain and you're doing the kettlebell swing, you're obviously doing something incorrectly. And I will walk you through how to do that in a separate video. All right, guys, we are going to continue to drive forward, finishing this 15 minutes. This will be the 5th time with the swing. Deep breath, drag slightly to get those lats, explode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and rest. Good. Here we go. Last 15 for part C. Outstanding effort. Outstanding effort. All right, guys, now into part D. From 15 minutes to 20 minutes. We're gonna go through A, B, and C, A, and B, all right? So this next one, we're simply gonna go through the deadlift again, all right? We're gonna cycle through the deadlift again, 5 reps. What could we do different in next progressions? Higher rep range, using still in every minute on the minute. Another progression would be a heavier bell. Another progression would be alternating arms. Endless opportunities, endless opportunities. All right, deadlift, here we go. 5 reps, deep breath, rigid spine, hamstrings. Lock in those lats and shoulders. Exhale at the top. Inhale. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Great job. 15 singles. Enjoy the movement. Get some work in. If you've noticed, I'm obviously going without shoes. Huge fan of feeling the ground that I'm working with. I cannot tell you how many times with clients I say, hey, can we just take the shoes off? They take the shoes off and all of these movements feel significantly different. All right, guys, we're now going to B, or the two-handed clean. Next up, we'll do the swing. Great job, guys. Stay with me. Nice deep breath. Here we go, two-handed clean. More of a squat, still in line with the shins, neutral spine. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't stress enough. Find those lats. 5. Good. Good. Powerful and strong. Zero pain. High muscle activation. Great work. Great work. If you're at this point in this game, in this video that is, and you're still watching, I would love to know where you are watching from. Leave a comment in the section there in the comment section. Let me know who you are and where you're watching from. Also, if there is interest, in the description below. If you want, stand by. We're going swings, guys. Here we go. Drag the bell to find those lats. Go get it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great job. Here we go. 15 reps. Excellent. If you want to know my top 7 tips on staying strong, staying energetic, seeing lifelong gains at 51 years old and more, actually wherever you fall on that continuum of the life journey, I would highly encourage you, in the description below, you'll see a link for those top 7 secrets that I essentially live by to stay strong, stay fierce at 51. If you're 20, if you're 60, anywhere around that range, you'll benefit. Okay, guys, deadlift. Here we go. Find the hammies, neutral spine, feel those lats, push those arms inside those legs, stand tall. 1, 2, lats are on. 3, 4, 5. Great job. Here we go. 15. Again, you could jump or do singles. Great job. Tons of energy in the tank. Okay, guys, we're gonna finish this workout with the two-handed clean. I should have mentioned early on, you could take rest at any time, I stress to my clients, listen to your body. Put the bell down, breathe, refocus, and then come back in. All right, guys, here we go. Last time through, we are doing the two-handed clean. Powerful and explosive. 2, 3, 4, 5. Great job. Here we go. Last 15, and the mission has been accomplished. Here we go. Excellent job. Excellent job. That's 20 minutes of movement, intentional movement for Beginner Conditioning 1.0. Super proud of your effort. If there is interest and you want more of what you see here, by all means, consider subscribing, sharing this page, sharing its content with others that are like-minded, and help me grow this channel. My goal is not only to stay strong, stay Tusker strong, but also to age well together. I cannot thank you enough for your effort. I hope you found some value in that content. And again, the primary goal of that workout movement session was to establish a firm awareness and understanding of some of the kettlebell basics, the deadlift, the two-handed clean, as well as the two-handed swing, coupling that with the jump rope sequence as well. If you have any questions, by all means, leave questions in the comment section below. Again, if you do have interest in what those top 7 secrets, simply click on the link below in the description, and I'd be happy to send that to you. All right, guys, one last time. I'm here to stay strong, to stay Tusker strong, and to age well together. See you in the next workout. Great job.